My boys and girls, what's up guys? It's Kev Strength here. Today we're gonna be doing an arm workout. It's gonna be a little bit of a different video because I usually start at home, but today we're gonna be starting with our workout first. I wanted to kind of just retouch on last video on my dungeon little thing with my friend that came. That little part at the end where I had him kind of, I said, listen, take the camera, go somewhere where I can't hear you and record, maybe like a 1 minute thing where you kind of tell people what's going on in your mind, how your mental health's doing, what's like on your chest. And he did that and I did not watch it. I had someone edit it for me and I'm not going to watch any of those because I think it's very important that, it's funny. I feel like you're with your friends, especially males, like time to talk and bond with them is very hard. It's hard to get into conversation with your close guy friends in terms of, how your mental health's doing, how what's been on your mind recently. And I feel like the gym really brings, like for me and my friends, sometimes we'll go and we'll just sit in the car for like an hour and just talk about how life's been going, how our mental health's doing, like what we've dealt with and stuff like that. And I feel like it's not really opened much in the fitness industry. So with every guest, I kind of just want to give them a little 30 seconds to a minute to go somewhere where I can't hear them, where, there's no pressure, nervousness, anything. Kind of just talk about how they've been feeling mentally, because I feel like keeping it inside for us, especially us men, I feel like the reason we go to the gym sometimes is just to kind of relieve our stress and what's going on in our mind, and we're not really good at showing it. We have no outlet to kind of express that stress. And I feel like it's really important that I gave him that time to speak about it, and I think he was very happy about it. So I'm going to continue to do that. And also thank you guys so much for the support on the Controlled Insanity shirts. It's going to become a real brand. I'm going to start sponsoring people, etc. It's definitely something more on the hardcore side of clothing, and I don't know if a lot of people can resonate with that, but I'm still gonna take that alleyway just because that's me. If I don't like how I feel in clothes, I do not feel good at the gym. I don't feel confident, I don't feel comfortable, and when I don't feel confident and comfortable, my workouts suck. And also I did a joint where 10% of all the money that's being made is getting sent to NAMI, which is a mental health organization. And I kind of wanted to ask you guys for some other mental health organizations that you guys know that I can donate on the next drop to, just because when I was younger, therapy was my lifesaver. It truly was. And we're not getting emotional today, okay guys? We're gonna lift. But yeah, therapy really, really helped me out, and I just wanted to kind of give back in that sense, just because I don't know where I would be without it. But enough yapping for the day. Let's get started with arms. So on arm day, I usually go for 2 shoulder workouts, and then I go for 2 biceps, 2 triceps, side laterals, and we do rear delts. So we're gonna start with a seated shoulder press, and let's get started. So for workout number 1, like I said, we're gonna do this seated shoulder press. This one's kind of set up in a couple different variation ways. Like you can do a front press here. I like to put my arms right back here, just shoulder width in a sense, and control. So when you guys usually see me doing my workouts, the tempo is usually, like I said before, it goes 1, 2, pause, come down, 1, 2. So it's kind of like pretty synchronized in a sense, so that every time I increase weight, I don't risk a chance of, getting injured because I switch my tempo to really fast or really slow. I try to keep my tempo, that was a weird noise. I try to keep my tempo the same, around the entire workout. So that's a little warm up we're gonna do. This machine's actually surprisingly very heavy. So we're not gonna go too heavy on this thing, but I'd say maybe 2 plates on each side will be our working set. In terms of reps, I'll usually stick with 8 to 12. You guys can tell I love that rep range. Especially, listen, in the off season. So I was talking to one of my friends the other day, and he was asking me, he's like, what's your top set on like a squat? And I told him it was 10 reps. So I'll never do like a 1 rep PR on squat. But I'll do a 10 rep PR. In that sense, for me, it's more fun because I'm getting, you know, more reps out of it, first of all. And second of all, the way I increase weight usually is I'll add I don't know if you guys have, if you do have this, you guys should try it. So at some gyms, you'll have a 2.5 pound weight. And every single week I was adding 2.5 pounds to my lifts. And it's like the addition of 2.5 pounds on each side, 5 pounds total, literally felt like nothing. It felt like I was adding nothing that week, especially if you're really, you know, eating the amount of calories you should be eating on your bulk and you feel yourself growing week by week. It's kind of like the food and your energy levels were kind of growing the same amount as the 5 pounds added. So I just kept going. I would increase by 5 pounds every single week for 10 to 15 to 20 weeks. And once I finally plateaued, what I would do is I would lower the rep range to maybe 6 reps, and then keep adding 5, like 2.5 on each side. Boom, boom, another 10 weeks go by. From there, if it declines again, we'll jump back to the 10 range. Add the 2.5s on each side, boom, boom. And my strength went from 3.5 plates for 1 rep to 475 pounds for 10 reps. So give it a try. I don't know if you guys want to try that out, but it worked for me. And listen, there's more than one way to cut a cake, if that's even a quote. Yeah, there's more than 2 ways to cut a cake. There's also another quote I wanted to tell you guys. Sorry I'm yapping so much. But, so when you're climbing a ladder, you don't just look up, you have to watch your step. And the way I resonate with this is because I'm constantly doing things to elevate myself and to be better. And when I'm not better, I'm gonna be down on myself and feel sad. But at the same time, sometimes you just have to take a look down at each step and feel present in the moment. Stop focusing on always looking up, 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 up. You could trend that way, but always watch your step. Always be present and always be in the moment, because then what's the whole point of you trying to make it somewhere if you're not even going to enjoy the process of it? You know what I mean? Let's lock in here because this is my working set. We're going to go for 8 to 12 on this. 2-1-2 tempo style. Let's do it. That was a good first set. We're gonna do one more of those. Usually we tend to do 2 sets like I always tell you guys. We're gonna do one more set of 8 to 12. That was, I think, 11, 12 reps. And that's it for this workout. Set number 2 should be, if not better, but at least pretty equal to your first set. A lot of people, when they go into their second working set, they kind of go in with that mindset of, my first workout was the hardest one that I could have possibly done because that's when I have the most energy. But you can't really go in with that mindset. You got to go in with, listen, this second set is going to be better than my first set, and I'm going to push myself for more than that last rep because I pussied out on that last rep. Do you know what I'm saying? So mindset is super huge when it comes to bodybuilding. Super huge. If you can't keep a good mentality at all times, then you are going to suffer. And I mean, you can deal with the suffering, but in my opinion, the less you suffer mentally in bodybuilding, the better you're going to do. So let's really Let's push ourselves on the second set, and I want to beat 11 reps. 11 reps has to be beaten, or I'm, pause, or I'm going to be very upset. Oh, come on. 5, 6, 7, 8, come on. 9, 10, come on, Kevin. 11, 10. Woo! That was better. We beat 11, so it was a better set than the first, and the control and tempo was the exact same as the first set. So I count that as a win. So let's jump into workout number 2. Guys, so this one's in a bit of a tricky angle for you guys to see. But basically what it is we have the bicep curl right here. The way sometimes people set up, they're a little too high. I like to kind of be, below it. That way I can get a full range of motion. So I usually pull that chair pretty low down. The weight it's at is pretty decent. Same thing goes here. We're gonna do 2 hard 8 to 12 heavy sets. My biceps are probably my worst body part, so I really tend to push myself, in terms of weight wise, pretty damn heavy, and still be able to control it, of course. Come on, Kevin. Whew, we did a little more than expected. I think that was 15. Let's jump right into the other side. But the feeling on these are amazing. Come on. Fuck. That was probably one of my best sets on this in a while. The feeling in my bicep doing these, I can honestly rate this my number 1 exercise. We're gonna jump into one more set. We're gonna run some side lateral raises and then maybe hop into some tricep joints, but this is a good one. All right, guys, you saw this in my last video. You guys know exactly what I do here. I go for 2 sets of 12 to 15 on this one, and then on the last set, on the second set, I'll do a drop set. So I'll start at, say, 150, and we'll drop pin by pin by pin until we are maxed out on our shoulders. Also, another thing about the dungeon and training alone, I kind of like making these videos, just me here training by myself, just because a lot of people tell me, they're like, hey, Kevin, I don't know how to handle being on my own. I always have the need to kind of, look for someone to kind of escape the void in a little bit. And what I tell them is, the moment you finally become comfortable in kind of doing your own thing and being alone, and even if you have to cut off people that just aren't doing any good for you, they won't necessarily have to be bad people that you kind of stay away from, but just people that aren't really elevating you, right? I really, truly, truly believe that when you are talking or having deep conversations with people who, understand you on that intellectual level, I feel like you could really start to level yourself up. And you have to really be comfortable with being alone, because you're not always going to be alongside by someone. There's always a time where you go to bed at night and you're by yourself and you're alone with your own thoughts. And if you can't handle being alone with your own thoughts sometimes, then it's not going to be healthy for you regardless. I'm not saying don't go and have, a relationship with someone, or don't go have a good connection with someone that you truly have, but never put your priorities to the side for someone, because you never know what's going to happen. And you're always going to be alone when you go home or when you're doing some things by yourself. And if you can't be by yourself with your thoughts, then it's not healthy for you. So I always recommend prioritizing yourself first before anybody else, just because it's kind of like a safety net, In that sense, it's harder for you to get hurt. But let's jump into this side delt. Let's load this bitch up. Let me turn. Yes, come on, Kevin. Yes. Come on, Kevin. Whew. That was a little heavier than I expected, but damn, did that feel good. That was about 6 to 8 reps, but those 6 to 8 reps felt really effective. We're gonna drop the pin 1 down, and then from there do 1 more working set and just go right into our drop set, which I love. So we'll put the pin here at 130. I'm ready to go already. Let's do it. This is gonna be the drop set for me. Yes. Right down to 110, and we go again. Let's go 90, if I can put it in the hole. I suck at that. Oh, fuck. Come on. That was a really good set. My shoulders are killing me there. We're gonna go jump into some tricep workout. I'll catch y'all there. All right, guys, we're gonna get into some tricep pushdowns. There's a lot of way to kind of do them. What I'll kind of show you the setup is, and you guys could see the forearms are getting a little bit freaky. But what I like to do when I set up with these tricep pushdowns, I'll use a straight bar, no problem with that. I'll kind of set up like this, kind of kick my booty out a little bit, hold right in front of me, pull all the way back here. And if I'm using a straight bar, pull all the way down here, come up slow and controlled, you know, same movement over and over again. It's honestly, so many movements are so simple, and you know, you don't gotta really complicate them too much. But can you guys even see the forearm joints? But let's jump right into it. 2 sets, 10 to 12 range. You know, doesn't get simpler than that. Let's put some real weight on though. It's too light. I wish I could do the full stack, but the weights here they're different. They're definitely different. Oh. Yes, come on, Kevin. That was a good first set. We're gonna do one more of those and then we're gonna jump into our second bicep workout of the day. I love these tricep ones. These are my favorite, right after the push downs. So we're gonna jump into set number 2. All right, for our second bicep workout of the day, we're gonna do bicep curls. I mean, man, it doesn't get, you know, more simple than bicep joints curls. Like I said, I always keep them to my side. These 35s are too light. So we are going to go with the 45s today. A little bit of a challenge. Come on, Kevin. Whew. That was a good set. We're gonna do one more of these, and I forgot to charge my camera, so I'm only recording like one set of each workout, unfortunately. But we're gonna go home and charge it and do a little grocery haul for you guys because we're out of food. So let me finish up with this bicep. We're gonna jump into one more tricep workout and then end off with a little rear delt. All right, guys, it's like, this one's a real big staple for me. I don't think there's ever a push workout or a arm workout where I don't include these. You guys already know the basics of this one. I love this one. Remember, if you want to bias tricep more, try to keep your chest up as much as possible. If you want to add in shoulders and chest a little bit, you kind of lean forward, right? So we're going to do a little warm up. That's how fast my warm up is on this one. We're already pretty ready to go. Let's jump into our set of 10 to 12 reps. It's just as simple as, you know, pushing something up and down, if you really think about it. That was our working set. We're gonna jump into one more of these. That was delightful. I don't know why I'm talking about these workouts like they're food. That was a good one. We're gonna jump into some rear delt flies and do a little bit of posing. A lot of you guys tell me to fix the way that my posing videos are set up, but literally I can't lift this stupid tripod up. Like, I can't even show my head in this video, or don't even know how to change brightness. So if you guys have any suggestions for, you know, kind of like a tripod or something better, because this is the max height and this mirror is like lifted off the ground. You can see pump is definitely doing a little something. All right, guys, so we have made it to my local supermarket, which is called ShopRite. This supermarket is open 24/7, which is honestly, for a person like me, the best thing possible, just because I don't have to have much human interaction. So we're gonna go in here and record a kind of grocery haul, like for everything that I usually buy. It's not gonna be many things, and there's let me turn this little AC thing off. I'm also in the freaking Bang Bus again. But anyways, so this supermarket is not the smartest way in terms of, you know, money spending. Like, you can be way smarter and go to like BJ's, Costco. I know there's a couple other joints in like other countries and stuff, but kind of like wholesale places, and buy like stuff in bulk, and you're generally gonna save so much money like that. Like, you buy, especially if you're bulking, you buy a shit ton of rice, you buy a shit ton of beef, shit ton of chicken, whatever, everything in bulk. So here's more like where you buy quick stuff, but that's my problem in terms of, you know, not wanting to drive all the way to BJ's and stuff like that. But get yourself a membership and save yourself money, truly, if you want to save as much as you can, because bodybuilding can get very expensive. I'm spending like $300 a week on food, sometimes even more. So yeah, it kind of sucks. But we're gonna put this camera on a little cart thing. I seen a TikTok joint of Sam Sulek doing it, and I'm gonna copy the shit out of it. Number one, it's literally the least obvious way of recording, because I have no one here to film me, so I don't want to just hold this. And I don't know, you guys can't really see the camera, but it's like a huge little big stick attached, so I don't want to be holding it. Hey guys, so I'm gonna attach it to the cart, and you guys are just gonna get a cart cam of me shopping, and I'm gonna show you guys every little item I get. Wish me luck, because I am scared as fuck. We are here at the grocery store. I don't know what this point of view looking like, but we're gonna do it. So our first stop is gonna be the condiment section. I usually go for something like a hot sauce, because there's like no calories in them. There's not many sauces you could really choose from in the off season. But what I'm gonna go for today is, you know, the OG Frank's Red Hot Buffalo. Can't get, you know, more simple than that. It's very awkward walking around with this shit, but you gotta just thug it out sometimes. All right, but the next section that I always go to is the salad section. As much as it pains me to say salad, green lettuce, they have these really good kits that I mentioned before, especially in your off season. If you want to just have a good beef and rice meal, they have this little thing right here. Is this joint. They're called Twisted Caesar Pesto. And they have pesto inside, salad, croutons. You mix that with some of your beef, and dude, it is goated. Let me just, I think we mastered the tripod position. It's pretty cool. Well, I'm just showing you guys what kind of simple foods you really need. You don't need too much. I grab a little cup of salad, a little bit of hot sauce. The most important part is the proteins, the carbs, and the fats that you get. So for me, my fats are mostly based around avocado, some oil, nuts, peanuts, All right, so for the chicken, you guys already know. I'll usually do the chicken breast sliced, or I'll get the, what I'm about to show you guys is the Purdue chicken ones. But we're gonna do some beef right now. They don't got the 95 lean joints. All right, we're gonna have to go with the 96. So usually I'll go for a 95 mix, but they only have 96 here, which is definitely, you could taste the dryness on it, but you gotta do what you gotta do. So we're gonna hit the 96 joint, 96 lean, 4 fat. They are very expensive. These are $8.50. You could probably get it at BJ's way cheaper. But we do need to grab these. So we got a couple of those. What else are we gonna grab? Oh, so for the chicken that I was telling you about, they have these bags where they're already pre-made. So if you're like high school kid, college, you don't got time, I'm about to put you on to the little hack that I use. Let me see. Yeah, so this flavor right here is the best flavor you can possibly get. They're called Purdue Shortcuts chicken fajita style. You can't get any better than that. It's literally amazing. They got a little obstacle course right here we got to get through. Hold up. Let me turn right here. Cool. One thing about me on prep is I love flavored drinks. So I always go with my favorite selection. Let me turn the thing. My favorite selection is these ice drinks. I usually like this coconut pineapple one. And then, so it's right, what we got right here. What's the deal for today? Buy 4 for $5. So you go to 7-Eleven, you'll spend $3 on one of these. You come here, you get a little bit of a deal, right? But then you go to BJ's, you probably get these for 50 cents. That's the way this world works though. So we're gonna grab 2 black cherries and 2 coconut joints. Usually in my off season, when I need a lot of protein, I'll supplement more with protein powder. But But right now, on my cutting time, food is really low, so I'd rather get in food than using my calories on a shake, just because food will fill me up more than a protein shake will. You gotta just choose foods that fill you up. Like, that's why I do a lot of the salad, because like it's more volume, right? You feel like you're eating more. In reality, you're still eating goddamn salad, but it's fun. It's pretty cool though. I like coming at this time. It's like a ghost town down in here. But as soon as I see a person though, I don't really know what's gonna happen. So eggs is a number one, staple. I have a bunch at home, so I'm not gonna grab any. I have like 3 48 packs at home. That's how many eggs my family eats, I eat. But what I also do for my breakfast meal is these yogurts right here. They're called Oikos 000. So the macros on these are actually pretty good. They're 90 calories, 0 fat, 7 carbs, and how much protein's in here? My reading joint is not 15 grams of protein for a little cup of yogurt. I mean, come on. So we're gonna grab a couple of these. I have a couple at home already, so I'm just here to show you guys, what we have. Let's go this way, because there's a loud ass machine that way and a human that we gotta avoid. But yeah, so we got the yogurts, we got the meat. We have rice at home. I have a bulk of rice at home. What else is in my meals? My breakfast meal is 3 eggs. For you guys wondering about my meal plan, 3 eggs, Oikos yogurt, and a little bit of potato. Sometimes I do come down to this aisle where they have frozen fruit. You gotta be careful though. Some of the frozen fruit joints be coming with chocolate by accident that I don't be noticing. Like, look at this. In the off season, I'd definitely be taking these down. Chocolate bananas, but right now, we gotta restrict ourselves. And I'd also be taking down the Kodiak waffles that they have. They're like protein waffles with chocolate chips. Those things be hidden. But what else do we need today? We got our drinks, we got our protein, we got our yogurt, we got our rice at home. You know, a little quick thing. I might get a little bit of energy drinks because they are cheaper here. I'm telling you, when you go to 7-Eleven, you're gonna realize how ripped off you be getting. But I'm gonna probably just check out and let y'all know how much this kind of costs. I come here like 2 to 3 times a week and buy this kind of stuff, so I'll let you guys know what the total cost is, but holla at the boy. Guys, surprisingly, that wasn't too bad. I only spent 45 bucks and I bought like enough food to like last me like 3 to 4 days. So honestly, that wasn't the worst of buying stuff, but I do have a couple of things at home, so you know, it's kind of a cheat code joint right there. But I kind of like going at this time. I feel like I could record more. Very little human interaction, only with the cash register person, but about that, just a couple looks here and there, but you know, people be looking anyways. But I can't wait to show you guys like my grocery hauls when I'm bulking. I feel like it's gonna be, why do I keep moving the camera? I feel like it's gonna be so much more fun to show you guys what I get when I'm bulking, because I'm so fucking small right now. I hate it. Body dysmorphia joint off the charts. I don't even think it's body dysmorphia. I think I'm just small, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think there's like any dysmorphia about it. It's just, I'm small. But that's the natty, listen, that's the natty lifestyle. When you're cutting, you feel small as shit. When you're bulking, you feel fat as shit. And then happy medium right in the middle. You know, it just is what it is. Like, my goal is conditioning. I like size and all, but as a natural bodybuilder, if you don't have that crispy ass conditioning on stage, you're not really going to do much, because natural bodybuilders pull up with that conditioning on point. So if I want to win my OCB Pro card, my WMBF Pro card, you know, one of those natty leagues, I got to come in very, very peeled and conditioned. I'm not too sure about my competing plans yet. I might compete this year or the start of next, or I might go into a proper off season and kind of record a whole series on me going into a bulking season, because I feel like a lot of people were wondering on how my 2-year bulk went and how I did it. I feel like now with a guided coach, I could do it even better, and I can just take you guys along the journey, right? Like, y'all literally the homies, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna head home, put these groceries away, and then yeah, probably go to sleep. Cause as you guys know, I always like to end the vlog off on just kind of message, so you guys could kind of take in at the end of the video and just kind of think, you know. You don't gotta do nothing special with it, but I think it's always cool to clear my mind at the end of every video. I think a lot of people are scared to, you know, kind of make any mistakes, and they're kind of scared to fail. Like, how are you gonna know that you want to do something, or how are you gonna put like 100% effort into something and, you know, not fail? Like, failing is so normal. To me, I look forward in a sense to failing at something just so that I can learn and that I can get better. You know how many mistakes I've made in my lifting career before that's just made me an overall better person? You know how many mistakes I've made in, you know, relationships with friends, people, that's made me a better person now that I am today. There's so many like situations where trial and error just made me so much better. Another thing I want to kind of touch on is how every little thing you do, like every little action that you perform in life, ultimately add up to kind of your end goal or your future. It's kind of funny. I talk to a lot of people about this. It's crazy how every little thing in life that you do plays a role in how your future will be, right? I kind of want to tell you guys about the story on how you guys kind of know me, how you guys even got to meet me in a sense. So as you guys know, I've had bad anxiety for my entire life. And there's this one time where I was driving home from the gym, and where my anxiety tends to spike is when I'm in a car, because I've been in a couple accidents before. And it was raining very, very, very hard that day. I had a therapy appointment at 8 o'clock. I called my therapist. I'm like, hey, I'm driving home right now, but honestly, I don't think I'm gonna make it on time for our appointment because I need to pull over right now and I need to go stop because if I continue to drive, my anxiety will eat me up. He said, listen, stay on the phone with me, drive to the nearest parking lot, and we'll talk there. So I drive to the parking lot. He tells me, hey, Kevin, I don't want to do a meeting with you in the car. It has to be at home. It's just policy. So while I'm there sitting, waiting for the rain to pass, an hour goes by and I'm just, kind of bored sitting on my phone. And at that moment, I decided to make my pretty much first TikTok. I made that video, and that one video that I made blew up. And that's kind of how you guys even know who I am right now, because that one video that I made because I was scared to drive home due to my anxiety. Just imagine me making it home without stopping. That one little decision right there was so pivotal in my life that I didn't even know it. I didn't even know it at the time. So every little thing that you guys are doing, whether it's a bad action or a good action, you have no idea how it's going to affect you in the future, which is why I always preach, always put out good energy into the universe. Always put out good little steps towards your career because you have no idea how they're going to add up one day. No idea. I'm going to leave you guys with that, and I'll catch you guys in the next vlog. I love y'all, truly.